Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Donna, and I am the Creole Crafter. Today, we will be working with glass jars and jute rope. So, let's get started with DIY number one, a rustic farmhouse lantern. Here's what I have. I have some jute rope from Walmart. I think this was a pickle jar. It's just a glass jar. And the first thing that I'm going to do is take the jute rope and I am going to measure it from the top of the jar to the bottom. And then I'm going to cut the rope down to size. And I will be cutting four pieces like that, all the same size. Now that I have my rope to the size that I want, I'm just going to use some hot glue and place one end of the rope, glue it down to the top of the jar and the other end to the very bottom of the jar. And I'll do that in four different places, meaning that right here where I'm gluing this piece of rope, I'm just going to turn the jar around and try to even it up on the other side. And then I'll turn it to the two sides that don't have any rope and I'll hot glue them like evenly on both sides together. I hope that makes sense. But if it'll help, when I'm through hot gluing the rope on, I'll have four sections in the jar. Maybe that'll help with the explanation a little better. You understand what I'm getting at. So now what I'm going to do is take the jute rope and wrap it around the very bottom of the jar. I'm going to go all the way around the jar and I'll do that 2 or 3 times. But if you recreate this, you can bring your rope up as high as you want. You know, I'm only doing 3, going around it 3 times because that's the size that I want at the bottom. But like I said, you can go up as high as you like. And I'm going to go to the top and wrap the jute around the top of the jar. I'm going to go all the way from like the neck of the jar all the way up to the top and wrap it around. I think I did that maybe 4 times, I want to say. It may have been 5 times, I'm not sure, but I went all the way to the top, the very top of the jar. And I'm just cutting off the excess and I'll glue it down. And now I'm taking the jute rope and I'm going to hot glue it all the way around the entire jar, maybe a fourth of the way up the jar, and then I'll go up to the top and I'll do the same thing, maybe a fourth of a way down the jar. And it'll look like the jar has window panes after I've wrapped all the jute around. And now I'm just taking a baby wipe and wiping off all my fingerprints. And I have some rocks. It's different kind of rocks from Dollar Tree that I have collected in my stash. I'm going to add some of those to the bottom of the jar. You don't have to do this. This is just my preference. And with your jar, you can create any design that you like. And I'm just adding these white rocks for just a pop of color. And I took a LED candle that I purchased from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to place it inside the jar. And I decided to add a handle to my lantern And I'm just measuring it, cutting it down to size, and I'll be hot gluing it on both sides of the jar. I'll hot glue it on one side and then bring it over to the other side as even as I can. And this DIY is done. You'll see more of it in the final reveal. Okay, rustic farmhouse lantern number 2. Now I have another glass jar. I have some jute twine this time that I got from Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my measurements against the jar, and I'm going to cut the twine down to the size that I need. I'm not exactly sure how many pieces I use for this. I did use a lot, but I'm going to start out with a few just so you can see how I start the pattern on the jar. And again, you can create whatever pattern you like on your jar. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 pieces of the twine, and I'm gonna use very little hot glue to glue those 2 pieces together at the end, at one end of the twine, so I can hot glue that to the very top of the jar. And I'm gonna bring it in down to the bottom, but I am going to slant it. I'm not gonna bring the cord straight up and down. I'm gonna bring it on a slant, on an angle, and hot glue it to the bottom. I'll do that a couple of times, and then I'll go back. You won't see me do it, but I'll go back and do the same thing, but I'll bring it back across the 2 pieces that I've already glued to create like X's. And I do that throughout the whole entire jar, all the way around. If I hot glue on a slant, I come back over it on a slant. But again, you can create whatever pattern you like. And this is how mine came out. I put jute twine on the bottom and the top, maybe 2 or 3 times I went around the jar. And it also secures the twine that I've already hot glued at the top and the bottom. And it gives it, the lantern, some character. So right here I'm showing you how I glued it to the bottom. And it's just 2 or 3 times. And again, you can go up as high as you like, or you can just go around the bottom once and the top once. It's whatever your preference is. And I decided to add a handle. And I took 2 beads, a smaller one and a medium-sized bead. I don't know the exact measurements. And I put them in the middle of the handle. It actually did not glued in. They just snug in there. Added a little tea light candle from Dollar Tree, and this one is done. Rustic farmhouse lantern number 3. And this one is so easy. I have a mini jar, glass jar, and all I'm gonna do is take the jute twine, wrap it around the top, maybe 5 or 6 times until my eyes are happy, make a simple bow, hot glue the bow to the top, and add my tea light candle. And I will be adding a handle to this one, but you won't see me do it, but you'll see it in the final reveal. I think all 3 of these came out absolutely gorgeous. And if you create these lanterns or one of these lanterns, you have so many options of patterns that you can do with your jute cord or your jute twine. And I'm just wiping off my fingerprints with my washcloth, baby wipe, add in my tea light, and this one is done. You'll see more of this in the final review. And here is your final reveal. I absolutely love these rustic farmhouse lanterns. I think they came out absolutely gorgeous. The one where I did the crisscross with the X's, it took a little time to do, but I put a movie on and I just went at it, and it was so relaxing. And I'm going to take this time to thank all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You are so deeply appreciated. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Hello there and welcome to the family. And if you're just stopping by today, thank you also. You are deeply appreciated. And if there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. Also consider subscribing so YouTube can be a part of my YouTube family. And if so, don't forget that notification bell. Click it, drop down, click all, and YouTube will notify you when I upload another fantastic video. And guys, help me out. Give me a big thumbs up. It helps my channel tremendously. And don't forget that subscribe button. I absolutely love these. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.